What up? How's everyone doing? You guys hear me? As soon as some people get in here, let me know when you can hear. It goes live. All right, guys. So Bud's Creek. Dude, that track looks so good this morning, but it's so tricky the way some of these tracks where they rip them. You never know how deep they rip them, and then they get kind of slick underneath. I'm kind of curious with all those off cambers how it's going to go for the scoop tire because the start's so important here. But let's see. Sloan Valdez, first comment. Yes, I am. I grew up in Salt Lake City. I am a Utah boy. I haven't lived there since '98. But yeah, I grew up in Utah. I'm a Utah boy. I grew up racing there. And yeah, that's my hometown. Let's see here. Let's see. Sloan, I got a question for you. Do you race in Utah? And I wish the Utah scene looked like that when I was a kid. Nadia, cheers from Italy. Oh yeah, we got Caroli back today. That's awesome. Yes, you did just see Luca. So we might as well jump right into the Sexton to KTM rumor that I heard. So this is a rumor, and this may just be people trying to leverage Sexton to fix the hair up, morning hair. Sexton to KTM. This may just be his agent. So he's signed through 23, and it will be 24 that he goes to Orange. If he goes to Orange, this may just be him leveraging Honda for more money. But then again, it's going to be really awkward with him and Jet on the team. Two number ones doesn't always go well, and Chase doesn't play well with others. I don't know if you guys have noticed that with Roxon when they were both number ones, it didn't go well. So I wouldn't be shocked because think about KTM. KTM's got Plessinger coming off the books. Webb sounds like he's going for 24 to back to Star Yamaha, and Marvin, who knows? Marvin's on a year to year, so they're pretty much freed up, and they are so tired of this is not the last couple of years. That's not what KTM's come accustomed to. They are like Honda in the 80s. They want to win, and anything less than a win is just garbage. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say I honestly think that that's a really, really good opportunity. That may happen. I could see Sexton going to them. I don't see him working with Baker. That's one of those things that, I mean, why would you take a guy right now who why would you take a guy right now who never fades and then just put him in the Baker's factory, which that's what they do sometimes. Like it didn't do shit for Brock Tickle. Brock Tickle never faded anyway. Madia, yeah, the Claimgate stuff was ridiculous. And it's funny too, because I did kind of cover for Matt Walker a little bit because I felt bad for him. He just he almost started crying, said the training thing wasn't going good. So I didn't want to blow him out. He said he should have never got involved in that whole claim situation and that he's trying to get into race promoting and he doesn't want MX Sports pissed at him. So he led me this whole line of shit. And then he goes on these other media outlets and just totally tells a completely opposite story of what he just told me. And I told him I'd kind of leave him out of it as much as I could. But fuck that guy, man. That guy's a dick. Yeah, Sexton, I think he's learning how to keep it upright. I think, and it's funny, I say he's going to KTM. These guys get paid on potential. They don't necessarily get paid on the resume. If they get paid on the resume, they would, guys that win the championship would always get the next money the next year. But teams look at it and go, okay, well, that's fine. He won the championship, but who's going to win it next year? And they pay you for what's coming up or what they think you can do, not necessarily what you've done, which it's not really right. But I think you're going to see Sexton. I honestly, when Jet jumps up there, it's going to get awkward. I don't see him if he does sign with Honda. I don't see him. I don't see him necessarily staying there for too long. Drew Miller. So am I still somewhat beefing with Brian Deegan? Not even a little bit. I've never beefed with Brian Deegan. That's the funniest thing about this is all I did is talk about what happened. They had a kid in a room interrogating him. So, Yeah, so I never had a beef with him. My only beef is that he come out and called me a liar and said I didn't have that I was fake news and CNN and bullshit like that, and that I was a, you know, I was going after clout, which is bullshit. So yeah, Mathis totally leads interviews. I've always noticed that. Yeah, he's not a good interviewer, and he's very good at carrying a narrative. And if you guys don't think that Davey Coombs tells him what he can and can't say, you're crazy. I've gone riding with him. We've had some, some tight talks, and he's never straight up admitted it to me, but he has essentially admitted to me that, you can cross certain lines, but certain lines not to cross because Davey Coombs is powerful. I mean, the guy, look what he's done to me. He's got rid of my press passes. He actually got felled to pull the press pass because of that. Like their response to me when I couldn't get Supercross ticket or Supercross press pass was I didn't work with the partners of them, and they consider MX Sports a partner, which that's complete bullshit. But I don't really give a fuck. I don't really care. I'll write whatever I want. I'll say whatever I want, and they can kiss my ass. So, all right, guys, Bud's CreeK, man. So I was really surprised to see Max Voland lay out the fastest time in the 250 class in the first session. I was really hoping he could build off that for the second session. Trip Transport, what's up? Yeah, Puppet Pulp MX. Say that 3 times fast. Yeah, Max Voland looks good. His dad won at this track. This is a track very kind of a similar to Hangtown, and since there's a lot of off cambers and it lays out pretty quickly. I think, let's see, 318 racing, doubled up there. How do I think Stu will do in the booth? I think Stu's doing great. The fact that he goes, Yoshimoto, I started laughing. I was like, that is awesome. And that's what you need out of your color guy. You need a little bit of just kind of lighten it up. Weege calls the action, calls the obvious stuff, and then you need somebody like Stewart to come in there and lay down some insight, some Shimoda, or how he broke down the difference between the setup between Chase's bike and Eli's bike, the way he talks about how the rear shock sets. Like that's information that somebody like him has that none of us mortals will ever have. We've never been on factory bikes. We don't know necessarily what it takes and what they can change. And honestly, I don't know suspension that well. Like what he was describing about suspension, I don't really understand. So it's over. Coop is on the Destinations team, trip transport. Yeah, I sent it out earlier. Justin Cooper, the reason behind Justin Cooper being on the Destinations team is kind of what I talked about last week or some of my other videos is I've asked like, hey, what would Star Yamaha do? Do they want the guy that's going to be there next year or the other guy? So it's kind of a coin flip. So they went with Justin Cooper because he's still their guy. And if they're going to pay the money to go do a race, because it costs a lot, it costs these teams a lot of money. Yes, they get a lot of exposure out of it, but they don't write this into the yearly budget. Motocross of Nations is in addition. So they're like, if we're going to pay all this money and do all this stuff, we want a guy who's going to be with us next year. We don't want to do it for Husqvarna. We don't want to build Christian Craig's name and then send him over to Husqvarna to get theirs. So Dean Harris, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate you calling me your favorite channel. I'm just doing my best, doing the things that I can do to keep it going. Yeah, AC 222. I wouldn't say he's necessarily racing for free. I mean, yes, he's racing for free, but I mean, he's on a factory bike and he gets the petty purse money. And I don't know if I doubt there's any contingency on there, but yeah. What Craig, let's see, Michael Wolovich. I'm not sure how to say that. So sorry about that. Didn't mean to butcher it. What has Craig done on a 250 outdoors though, for real, that deserves? Yeah, absolutely nothing. He hasn't done anything outdoors that proves that he should have that ride. I think Justin Cooper, the way he's riding, literally does prove he deserves that ride. He went out there and went super fast this morning. He's won 2 motos. He's coming into form. I would say absolutely. In fact, today I'll start right in with my 250 predictions. We're about 10 minutes into this bad boy. I'm going to go ahead and say first place today, I'm taking Justin Cooper. What's up, Mob? Cale Mitchell. Yeah, I'm going to go Justin Cooper's going to win. Riding the momentum or the extra little boost of being chose for the Destinations team, it gives you a little like to be picked first in a team. Think about when you're a kid and you're standing there and somebody picks you first on the team, makes you feel good, makes you feel like you should be better. And I truly believe that gives him a little extra boost today, and I think he's going to be I think he's going to be good. So I think he's going to win today. I think Jet's going to get second. I think Hunter's going to get, well, Jet's going to get second. Shimoda's going to get third. And I'm going to go ahead and say Hunter is fourth. I feel like Hunter's just probably beat down. But getting back to some little bit of Destinations talk with the two Lawrence brothers, uh, dang, they're going to be fast. I don't know who their third rider is, but you put two Lawrences on a team, you need somebody else to get a decent rider. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's see. RJ is going to surprise your ass today, boy. Patrick Harris. So RJ will never surprise me. RJ could easily go 1-1 or easily go 1 DNF or go 10-10. There is no such thing. There's not a result on earth that could surprise me about RJ. So Eric West. Yeah, the flow product actually worked pretty good. Not bad. Okay, so it is Mitchell Evans. Okay, so Mitchell Evans on that third rider on that team, they're going to be hard to beat, man. That's a strong team. Mitch Evans is fast. Yeah, that I would say early race predictions. I mean, yeah, it's dude, this thing's far from a lock. We're definitely going to need all three guys to get in and battle for this thing. Anybody lays an egg and we're done. So, yeah, Hunter looks strong till the bike malfunction. Drew Miller said, to be fair, Hunter looks strong till the bike malfunction. Yeah, I get it, but it seems like one of those years when everything just doesn't come to fruition. It's weird how that happens. He just when it's going good, it goes bad. When it's going bad, it goes worse. He's fighting his ass off for 100%. Like Hunter Lawrence you can't say anything about his heart. Yeah, Ferrandis, Musquin, Renault, they're strong too. I mean, this Destinations thing, it's not. I remember the days in the '80s and '90s when it was just all America. I mean, we're a long ways from those days. It's pretty. Yeah, in fact, I got to get with Coach and Hopper, and we got to do a full Destinations breakdown. But I need to do some more research on the GP riders who are coming over because honestly, I've kind of lacked on that. Yeah, Aussies, but that's a strong team. So anyway, guys, gate pick here is super important. So if you want to check out the timesheets and see who got good picks in the 250 class, Jet Lawrence gets first pick, Cooper, Shimoda. What I would look for is some top guys that didn't have good picks. You look at somebody like Cameron McAdoo, 14th. That hurts. That really hurts. That's a guy who was battling for a podium finish in that second moto. It's tough starting, with a 14th gate pick. He's probably the only big name that's down there pretty far. The rest of them are pretty good. Guillaume Ferraris, the new guy for Star, looks really good. It was funny too because they shut down the Baker's factory, or sorry, they shut down the goat farm and did a test for a secret rider. I heard a lot of people saying it was Guillaume, but I don't see that. I don't see him being important enough to shut down the goat factory and have everyone leave. Because I don't think it's that big of a deal if that word gets out. I think it was Cooper Webb. I think Cooper Webb is going to go to Star in 2024 when Eli retires, because I believe Eli was last year, will be next year. He's going to race Supercross, maybe World Supercross, and I think he's done. But he's given it everything he has until then. 450s. Guys, how about Ken Roczen in qualifying? Is there a more talented one-lap rider on Earth than Ken Roczen? He is so good. 155.8. Antonio Caroli was second. Yeah, Caroli, Italian. 156.4. I don't see Travis. What's up? What's too? What are you doing up? What do you mean it's too early? That's Travis. If you guys don't know, the web thing doesn't make sense. Yes, it does, Travis. You don't know what you're talking about. Travis he does the Moto Aftermath show. So check out his show. Why are you commenting from Travis Ridenauer? Why don't you get in there from the Moto Aftermath so these people know how to go subscribe to your channel, Travis? Come on, bro. First day stuff here. Killing me. Hurlings to Yamaha? Nah, I don't know. I do like baked beans. I don't know why you asked that. That's kind of funny. This is the channel for the show. Why the fuck is it your name, dude? Come on, Travis, you're better than that. Make it Moto Aftermath. Okay, guys. So apparently, if you want to hear the Moto Aftermath, you got to go to Travis's actual page. Change the name, man. Get in the settings and call it Moto Aftermath. You're killing me here. How am I supposed to find you? Most people that listen to Moto Aftermath don't know your name. It's 15 years old. Yeah, you just go into settings. You can change the name, my man. That's all you got to do. JS7's good in the booth. Yeah, right? Trip Transport. Call this guy out. But you guys should go check out his channel. And listen, if you want to hear me say some dumb shit, whenever I get on their show, Travis seems to spark me to say stuff that will really get me in trouble. He actually first started. He's the first one that really got me to call out Zach Osborne and Davey Coombs for their bullshit. And it's funny. They use that as a reference when they banned me. So yeah, thanks for that, Travis. Tomac, I think it's his day. So hey, easy there, RM Racing. Travis's show, I don't think it sucks. I think it's pretty good. That's kind of mean. Yeah, easy there. Today, predictions for 450 class. I am going with number one, Eli Tomac's going to bounce back. Hey, thanks, 318. Yeah, the truth. And I'm not trying to be a dick when I'm like, I think I'm pretty cool and I'm pretty reasonable about telling the truth, because I hate when people say, oh, well, your face is ugly, but I'm just telling the truth. Like, that's a dick move. You don't have to say stuff like that. But when there's stuff that people are purposely omitting because they're afraid of something, that is where I'm not going to do that. Anyone get a hush letter from Star over Loretta's? No, I don't think anyone's going to. I imagine people from the team, and I'm surprised that they didn't have. Um, oh boy, yeah, Psycho Slingers, go live with me. I'll get you saying some real shit. I'll have Mathis knocking on your door. I'll say this much: Mathis is scared to death of me. He will never knock on my door. I don't know if you go back to a long time ago, I told the story about when I ran into him at the track after he talked some shit on me. And I felt like he was part of me getting, when I worked at Western Power Sports, I felt like he was part of the back channeling that got me in trouble. And I saw him at the track and called him out on it. And I jumped right in his face. And boy, you want to talk about him feeling like a little bitch. That's somebody who just, like, I thought he was going to start crying. And I was like, I'm not going to beat you up. But yeah, he's such a chicken shit. Let's see. Sorry, yeah, you already got me talking shit on Mathis. Let's see. Old G made it. You're Mr. C. You're the man friend. You're the man, my friend. Oh, just call me man friend. Enjoy this shit. I appreciate you guys. You guys are having fun. I have a fun. Who's not little, me or Mathis? Travis. Okay, back to my predictions. Did I ever get my predictions? Eli's going to win. Chase is going to get second. And I'm going to go with a guy who didn't qualify very well. Shocker, Jason Anderson. But if you guys remember, he won. Mathis is absolutely, I don't know if you guys know, he's not very tall. I'm way bigger than him. And he's so out of shape. But, I mean, he's got a little cardio because he rides the e-bike. But, yeah, I'll fight him any day of the week. And I'm not even a fighter. I'll fight him on one leg. Like my brand new knee. Somebody asked about my knee earlier. It's doing a lot better. But when they do go in there and cut off the bone and put a complete replacement in there and give you a fake knee, it takes some time. So it's still sore. But yeah, I would handle Mathis with one arm tied behind my back. Like he is not somebody you would ever worry about being in a fist fight with, in my opinion. So Chase Sexton second. I'm going Jason Anderson third. Jason Anderson didn't have it, like I said, he didn't have a good time, but he looked really good. I'm going to go with Antonio Cairoli in fourth. I think after going home, oh yeah, David Hilton, right as I say, he's all Cairoli qualified second. That's big. It is big. He looks like he went home, rehabbed his body a little bit. Yeah, I would love him. Luca D'Ornio, I would love to see like a little bit of a celebrity boxing, or not celebrity because none of us are celebrities in this sport. But to see a moto boxing series, that would be so fun. I wanted to do kickboxing though, because I got to be able to kick, because I did a lot of Muay Thai. So I need to be able to kick people. Hands are not just enough. I like to throw a little bit of knees and stuff. So yeah, if you guys can put that together, I'm in anytime. Yeah, that'd be fun. But just so you guys know, if you watch a media boxing match or kickboxing boxing match. Just FYI. Um, Hey, Grizz, I will say this though, cardio on an e-bike, it's awesome. So the way I do it is I use my heart rate, I keep it at the right zone, and it gives me the best workout. I can get 40 minutes to an hour of being right in the perfect zone. And if I just get a little, if it starts to spike, I give myself a little juice. If it starts to go low, I turn it off. Um, yeah, Mark's is definitely tougher than Mathis. He's actually done some real training. I love Mark, so there's no chance you'd ever get me to fight. You'd never get me um, to fight Marks. That dude's awesome. He's definitely good people. And I will say Mathis has done a really good job at getting some class act people around him. Talon's kick ass. Marks is kick ass. Tits is kick ass. Lenny Jury, I kind of covered that earlier. I believe, I'm not sure. I believe that was Cooper Webb testing the Yamaha just to make sure it's good. So he signs for yeah, Walker, what a bitch, man. That guy, I can't believe he was threatening the little motor builder. Like, that's a bully when you start threatening to punch little people. I would never threaten to punch somebody and kick them out of a pant. Like that was Travis says it was Hurlings. Are you sure, Travis? What's your source, bro? I don't think you're right. I do not think you're right. Um, but maybe you're just dreaming. These teams aren't looking at Joey Karachi or Joey Savachi. Joey Karachi. Joey Karachi. Um, Travis, I know things. I call bullshit on you, Travis. I don't think you know that. Um, yeah, it is funny that they give me shit about the channel and not having subscribers, but dude, we're already up to 14,000 and we're just starting. So, yeah, and Pulp's channel, it doesn't grow very fast. I should catch them pretty quickly, I think. But that's thanks to you guys, man. I really appreciate you guys. You tell me what you want to hear, and I give you what I think. And if you like it, great. And if not, maybe the channel's not for you. Um, it was your oldest best friend, Forrest Butler. Now you're just starting shit, Travis. Travis Ridenour. Listen, this is the stuff he does when I'm on his show. He always brings up Forrest Butler. He knows the triggers that get me going. Forrest Butler, who threatened to kick my ass. So I found a guy with a cage, and I said, Grizz, go have a good day at work. Thanks for coming into the channel. Much love, man. Much love. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna leave Forrest alone. Forrest had back surgery. He looks like he's in bad shape. I'm gonna leave him alone. So Butler brothers are not going to have a team. But the former partner was the British guy he owns the I-40 thing. So apparently he's trying to put together a KTM team with Rocky Mountains backing, very similar, but it will have nothing to do with the Butler brothers. Um, the people who didn't pay won't be a part of it. So yes, I did say Sexton to KTM in 2024. It may it it's I'm not saying it's happening. I'm saying it's being discussed and it's definitely on the table. Um, are they just driving the Honda price up? I don't know. Or are they making sure they get locked in before before Jet gets up there and devalues him? Because think about this, guys. If Sexton doesn't lock in his deal for 2024 right now, while his stock will never get higher, if he doesn't lock that in, well, come next year when it's outdoor season and it looks like, say, even if he wins it again, but Jet looks like he's going to overtake him, he has less value to sign for. So it's a smart move for him to go after and pit KTM against Honda and get that contract locked up long before Jet goes up there and devalues his potential. So yeah, BB4, he is out of the industry. Lenny Jury, I'm sorry, I butcher names. It's horrible. But especially screen names. Screen names are really hard. Like Drew Miller, Ryder D. They finally, dude, yeah, that one sucks. Ryder D. He's not going to Star. He's staying with Kawasaki, which they're lucky they got to keep him. He's not going to race Supercross, which I mean, dude, if a guy graduates, wins the amateur Supercross thing, he shouldn't be able to do it again. You want to talk about bumping a guy out of a feeder series? Get him out of there. Old G, use common sense, and common sense ain't that common. That's right. I use common sense. My boy Travis does not. Travis Ridenour. doesn't have enough common sense to change his screen name to Moto Aftermath Show, which is his show, guys. But it's awesome. So, Travis, you jackass. Um, let's see. You're not going to cover the 250A class. Well, no, he'll probably have to skip Supercross Futures and just sit out. Like, what waste is so? If you're not going to do Supercross Futures, then shouldn't you do actual Supercross? Which is ridiculous, but I don't see him getting in Supercross unless they need a replacement, and that's always, unfortunately, that's a good, yeah, it's a good place to be. Zach, yeah, I know we're halfway to pull. We're on our way, and we're climbing fast. Like if you look at the numbers and you look at how it goes, we're doing really well. So let's see. Do you think star riders fill in a rider? Fill in right? Yeah, I do. I do think this guy. He looked really good in practice. This kid's fast. So, um, and BB4 Butler or Blake Baggett he was just over it. He was so tired of dealing with people. He'd been screwed over a few times in this industry, and then with the way that it was dealing with Forrest Butler and trying to get his money, and then having to sign like a confidentiality clause to even get a yeah, just confidentiality clause to even talk about what happened. He's just like, screw this, I'm done. And he just talk about a guy who's completely over the bullshit of the industry, and he's working with his dad, being a family man, and he seems happy. So, um, what's up with Kenny on a Rocky Mountain team for World Supercross? Um, John Sheets. I don't know. He's on Firepower for Supercross, and the holdup is getting him signed for Honda next year. Honda's like, well, we're not giving you the bike for World Supercross unless you're signed to race for us next year. That's a $300,000 loan. We're not giving that to you. So that will be interesting. And part of him leveraging this Rocky Mountain KTM team, or this team that doesn't exist, is probably to make sure he gets the Honda, gets it for World Supercross, and gets it for Supercross only next year. So, Rut Row. That's a funny one. Love your show. Keep it up. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. My opinion on earthworms, Ryder. Yeah, they're great bait. If you want to fish, use earthworms, I think. I don't know. I'm not a fisher. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. We'll start wrapping this bad boy up unless you've got any questions. Let's see. I'll check one more time here. If you got any questions, type those bad boys in. Ryder. Let's see. Who's Star going to replace Nichols and Cooper for with Supercross? Surely not Deegan and Romano. I think Romano might be one of the guys. And I don't know. Deegan's definitely not riding Supercross next year. That's for sure. He will be Supercross Futures. And I will see him. Yeah. And I'm not going to give you abrupt. Mike Mosteller. I'm not going to give you abrupt. That's Johnny's patent move unless I get written permission from him. I'm not going to steal that one. I am Lenny. I'm still moving to Florida when I can. It's probably going to be a little while, but yeah, that's the plan. If I can get this thing big enough, I really want to live in Florida. I need to be Coach Rob's neighbor. That'd be better. So, yes, I did hear Nichols to Suzuki. I don't know. To me, that's really sad. That sucks. Not because the Suzuki team doesn't put in a ton of effort or do everything with what they can, but when you start with a block of cement, you can only make it so fast. Who do I think wraps up this outdoor season? Well, if Tomac does not win today, which I think he will win, if he does not win, Sexton's done. Sexton has it. Yeah, hey, David Hilton, that's a great fucking question. Does Tomac use the MX-14 tire today? I think he does. Because that new tire, and I don't know, you guys, I got a whole theory on tires, and I think the reason these tracks are getting so ripped up is they're running razor blades and paddle tires right now. Yeah, it's nasty. But yes, that tire actually has some side grip to it, not as much as a regular tire, but the start here is so important because you can get pushed out, and I think I think Tomac does run that tire. I think he's comfortable with it. Yeah, he loves that scoop. And if they water it, yeah, I think it's going to work for him. But yeah, I do think he wins today, David. And yeah, so Josh Brodel. No, I did not live in Boise when working at WPS. I was the rep in Las Vegas and Southern Utah. Now I work for Tucker Power Sports, and I cover St. George, Utah, or St. George, or like Southern Utah, from Cedar City all the way through Vegas to Lake Havasu. So, who do you think is on Davey Coombs' payroll? Anybody with the Racer X logo or that contributes to Racer X is part of the MX Sports slash Racer X Mafia that goes along to get along. So if you see anyone who is consistently a friend of Racer X, then that's just know that they're not saying everything they know. So, Eric West, peace out. You enjoy the race day too. We're at about 30 minutes, guys, and I'm tired of Travis giving me shit from Moto Aftermath Show. KJS Dent, yeah, Havasu's fun. Yeah, Colt Nichols is too good. Yeah, so I really wish he could get on maybe that new KTM team. He could be a second rider to Roxon if that happens. So anyway, but guys, I appreciate it. Let's see. Kevin Chafin. I backed up the start, but Mathis is an industry bitch and can't stand looking at him. I actually have blocked his channel. Yeah, see, I wouldn't go as far to block his channel. I mean, he does some stuff. He gives a lot of content. He gives a lot of information. And he gets some breaking stories. He's got a lot of contacts. So I wouldn't necessarily block him. I don't listen to his big show. I can't, like I said, yeah, his voice is like, and the thing he does is like nails on a chalkboard to me. I do listen to the review show because I think that's pretty good with JT and Weege. And, you know, if I could just cut Mathis out of there, it'd be really good, but it is what it is. And then I do like some of his interviews, even though he leads people, cuts them off, and tries to make every interview about himself. Just sit back and listen. Josh, yeah, I love Boise. Boise's kick-ass. I'd love to live up there, but yeah, it didn't quite work out with Western, and they're way too in the pocket of MX Sports, and well, they used to be. So I don't know if they still are. They got purchased, and Craig, the owner, left, and I could kind of see all that on the writing too before I left. So Brody, Matt Walker is a Southern boy raised by rednecks. I grew up racing him. He can't help it. He's just that way. He doesn't know any better. I disagree with you. I 100% disagree with you that he doesn't know any better. He knows better. This guy is a piece of shit. The way he manipulated me on the phone by almost crying and telling me, "Oh, I just want to stay out of this. It's none of my business, blah, 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 blah." Fuck that. And then to come right back out and flip it, and everything that he told me, he went the opposite direction. Like, he admitted to me that he threatened to beat up the mechanic. He threatened to punch him in the mouth. And I was like, all right. I was like, okay, I appreciate you being honest with me, and I'll try and keep you out. And then he comes out and says complete opposite. I'm like, oh, fuck you, dude. That sucks. I even texted him, I'm like, call me back. And I did record his conversation. So if he wants to call me a liar, call me a liar. And he also said that the reason he was kind of trying to do it was he wants to be a race promoter. This whole thing isn't working. Sorry, Zach, you made me laugh. I'll get to that one in a second. But yeah, the whole reason Matt Walker wants to be a part of this thing is Matt Walker wants to be a race promoter. He thinks he can make more money that way, which he's looked at MX Sports and how they've done it. And he's trying to buddy up to them to get some regionals, to make some cash. And let's be honest, Matt Walker's all about himself. Zach Shalatter, Cooksey, serious question. Is JT wearing his sister's jeans? There are serious questions and answers in detail. First off, JT doesn't have a sister, and no, they are not his sister's jeans. So, Kevin Chafin, served his last contract. Yeah. Firefighter 49. Love the content you put out. Watch all the Rhode Island. Hey, Firefight 49. Shout out to you, my man. Of course. Hell yeah, brother. Thanks for everything. So, Lenny Jur, JT turns me off. Yeah. I don't know. I think he's funny. He's a cool dude. I had my own issues. I thought he didn't have my back when I was at Western Power Sports, but I honestly think it wasn't him. I think it was some people around him, but he definitely didn't step in to help me. Travis and his Hurlings gossip. I don't know where you're hearing this from. So anyway, guys, hey, I'm going to go. It's been 30. I tried to use about 30 minutes. This is about 35. So KJS doesn't do some water therapy at the lake with me in Mesa on my flyboard for your knee rehab. Mesa, Arizona? Shit, message me. I'll head out there. I'll get Hopper. We'll go out ride with you. So Flyboard. Is that the one where you, yeah, those are kick ass. Yeah. Say the word. I'm down, bro. I love Arizona. I went to college out there. I'm Arizona State. So, uh, yes, he does promote races. He wants to get them bigger and he wants to get the regionals. And to do that, he needed to kiss up to MX Sports. And that's what he was trying to do there. So, anyway, guys, so picks today Tomac. Um, uh, KJS didn't message me on Instagram. I'll come out and yep, message me on Instagram. I'll come out, get Hopper. We'll go riding with you if you got some lake toys. I always love lake toys. So um yes. Hold on. One last question before I get this is a great question. Bradley Jarman, do you think MX Sports is getting scared with the World Supercross getting traction? They're fucking frightened. They are frightened and they should be because this series is legit. This series has some backing and it's going to make waves. It's going to be a real problem for the Outdoor Nationals when all these guys want to go or some of the best guys want to go. That's why they got together and did the whole $10 million purse. But I'll be pissed if this $10 million purse doesn't get spread out throughout the top 40. If they just give it to the top 10, they're just making it worse. They're making the problem worse. They need to make sure guys like Kevin Moran's and those guys who are in 40th that make the night show that, if a guy like Josh Greco commits to the whole series and makes the fast 40, that dude should make a living. He's really good. Now, if you can't make the top 40, I don't have a ton of sympathy for you. But if you can make the top 40 and get into the night show or the main event of a outdoor national, you deserve to make a legitimate living. So, and you shouldn't have to pay fucking entry fees. That's ridiculous. So, offered to Hopper, but he ghosted me. I'll hit you up. I'll grab Hopper. It will be for my rental. Oh shit, yeah. Hey, okay, yeah, no worries. I'm stoked. Yeah, we'll go do that. I'll get Hopper. That'll be a great little vacay. I've been trying to find a good reason to get to Arizona. Like I said, I love it out there. I went to college out there. So anyway, yeah, World Supercross. It's going to be badass this year. And watch this. So what they're going to do is as soon as they do the 3 rounds this year, which it's not even the real series this year. This is just hey, check this series out. This is what we're going to do. And it's going to really start in 2023. Watch the shit talk that Pulp and MX Sports do about the series as soon as it drops. But just know they're doing it for an agenda. They're doing it because they're trying to protect their own nut here at MX Sports. So anyway, guys, that's all I got. My voice is going out. I've had a nasty cold. So I'm going to cut you guys loose and enjoy Bud's Creek.